Okay, I'm starting it. Who
Okay.
wants to do recap first? Didn't we have an order? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
We should do whoever picked the movie does recap first.
I guess that's
Okay,
Matt.
you've talked me into it. All right. um, okay, books. Audiobooks. I'm 85% of the way done with The Trespasser. I am so close.
Yay! Yay!
I'm so close.
Yes.
I like this one a lot.
Yes, I thought you would.
So when you were asking me to assign them to people, is it all the four of us get 6, so 2 of us get 2?
You don't have to even it out. But
'Cause-
if you want it to not just be dominated by Luke, try to even it out.
So
Yeah.
I tried to even it out in my head, so I gave either 1 or 2 to everybody. So to me, it was In the Woods I gave to Mark.
Whoa!
And then yeah,
Okay.
and then the likeness I gave to Kelly, obviously.
Thanks.
Faithful Place I gave to Luke.
Nice.
Wow,
I like it.
interesting.
I like it.
Broken Harbor was mine.
Of course, I assigned that one to you anyway. Yes.
The Secret Place I gave to Luke.
Yeah.
Yes, very
And
much
then
so.
the Trespasser I gave to myself.
Yeah, that
Nice.
works. That's good. I like the Mark in the Woods. I actually
Yeah.
unexpected. Yes.
There's something I don't know. Mark, it's giving you Mark vibes sometimes. I don't know.
I like. Yeah, you
Um,
would like that one, Mark. You'd like In the Woods.
I plan
was
to read it
hard.
eventually.
It's a good book. It's just a good book.
It's just a good book. It's hard to not be influenced by some of the assignments that I know you gave Luke, because I was like, oh, those are good. So I did go based on that a little
No.
bit.
I like that. Yes. Well, I
Um,
also love Faithful Place, so I like that I get assigned that in
Yeah.
your head because that's very high up there for me.
There's something about it being like families and brothers and stuff that I was like, this is like a Luke thing to me.
Oh, thank you. Yes. It.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to do a podcast just with you, Matt, where I talk about each one.
Oh my god.
Hey, I know well enough.
I guess
to be
yes,
honest.
and with Kelly and Mark too. I actually know
And
Mark.
Mark, at this point, we're telling Mark.
I don't want the spoilers. You guys can do one.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's more Tana French books to go after this, even though they're
Yeah,
not the
'cause
same series.
The Witch Elm is like my number. That's high on the list, and that's not even. That's just a standalone.
That'll probably be my next one. That was the next one she released, right? After.
Yes.
Okay. And then for regular books, I'm reading The Alienist.
Oh
and
yeah.
it's
Okay. So
Very good.
Where are you at in that one?
Still early on. I think I'm on page like 170. So early days, but they're
forming
talking
the squad.
they're talking about this technology that's not really accepted everywhere. It's this new technology called fingerprinting.
Yeah. Yep.
Where I'm like, that's fun. This is fun.
The squad is assembled. Yes. Like
Yes, the squad is assembled. They're in their headquarters. Guy accidentally got I don't know what the word's for. He got drugged and almost died, like on day
Yes.
1.
That is correct. Yes, that was day 1.
I looked up the show
really bad.
and I didn't realize that Luke Evans plays him. So now, like, I've shifted the way he seems in my head to be Luke Evans, which helps him out.
Yeah. Also, like, I pictured Laszlo differently. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I pictured Chrysler differently.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, but when I saw oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Daniel
But the
Bruhl?
guy, yes, he's really good. But I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I was influenced from the start because I remembered seeing the trailers for The Alienist like years ago. So like I already had him in my brain.
Matt, there's a sequel that I forgot.
There's a
I saw it when we went to Bookman's, and I just didn't buy it, but I need to. But that's what season 2 of the show is about, and I didn't know that. And people really like the sequel. I think it's called Angel of Darkness or something.
Ooh. Well, I'm
I
excited
need to get that one too. There's also a third one, so that'll be a new series I'll have to do.
Caleb Carr's gonna be the new author you dive into.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We'll get to my recap. I have an author that I have to preach about again.
Oh boy. Okay. That's it for books. For shows, Katie and I are almost done with Community season 2. We just watched for a fistful of paintballs episode.
Nice.
Gosh, there's some jokes because we've been watching it with subtitles, there's jokes that I missed. This is like my third or fourth time watching it,
Yeah.
and I was like, I never got that one before. But these subtitles are saving me, man. I am a couple episodes behind on Gemstones, but I finally watched Interlude, which is why I think I had Jimmy Neutron on the brain, because little Kelvin was
Yes.
wearing a Jimmy Neutron shirt.
He really shined in that episode.
That was a
He was
good Kelvin
incredible.
episode.
Yeah, very good.
When he opened the magazine and it was Hayden Christensen and it was like 10 reasons to love Hayden Christensen, he's like you need Eddie.
You need that.
Yeah.
When he ran away from the intruder and there was the trail of like Hayden Christensen behind him.
Oh,
It was funny,
Yeah,
Matt,
really.
because Jimmy Neutron was on my brain for no. I hadn't watched the episode in like 4 weeks, so like I have no idea why it popped in my head, because I
was
hadn't
really
asked a question in that video, so I was like,
yeah.
Jimmy Neutron.
It was just so randomly during the day, just at work. I was like, I haven't watched the Jimmy Neutron movie in forever. Maybe I should pick that for the podcast sometime. And then that same day, you asked a question about Jimmy Neutron.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's really
Seemed
weird.
Crazy.
The movie that came to my head that I thought I should rewatch was Hereditary. So that's a little different.
Oh,
than
so
Jimmy
similar
Neutron.
vibe. Similar vibe.
Wait, whose pick is it? This podcast?
Oops.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Is it going to be Hereditary?
Please. No.
No.
He-
It's the brutal one.
It's the
coming out
Minecraft
next.
movie, so then I pick Zathura.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well, that is happening, guys. Okay, that's in the pipeline.
Guys, Jack
So-
Black set a record for the Billboard Hot 100. Did you hear this?
Nope.
He did. Which song
a
was
song
it?
from the Minecraft
yeah.
movie. It was the shortest song to ever make the Hot 100 because
Was
it's
it, like-
34 seconds. It's
Yeah.
called something hot about chicken. Lava chicken.
Yeah.
Wasn't the one with
That's the right
stick?
reaction, like-
I thought he sings a song to his dog that's like ode to the whatever the dog's name is, and it's just written by Jack Black.
Of course.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll
Um,
pick that soon enough. Soon enough.
Of course, we know you will. I'm caught up on The Last of Us. Not much I want to say
Yeah.
because it was kind of an episode building. I can
Yeah.
clearly tell it's building to something, and it's like I want to wait to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of the new season of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
I never finished last season.
It was pretty good. First episode, it had Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah.
It was good. It felt like Black Mirror. I
Yeah.
know last season, a couple episodes didn't feel super like Black Mirror. This
Yeah.
did.
Oh, good.
Matt, do you know what the
So-
last 2 episodes are? Because I
I know.
don't watch the show, which is so interesting, but I like saw it came out, so I was trying to research all
yeah.
the episodes. But the last 2, I think I would like.
I heard that one of them is a USS Callister
Yes.
follow-up,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
That was one of
How
my
many
favorites
years
that you
later?
guys showed me.
Yeah.
I really liked that one. But then the one before that,
Yeah.
you'll see. I read the plot and I was like, that one is
Yeah.
gonna be good.
That's one of those ones where it's like I'm catching up on that very slowly, but I want to eventually watch all of them. You know. What else? I think I'm just gonna move on to movies. Last Friday, I think Katie and I rewatched Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
That's a stone
need
cold
to
classic
rewatch.
of a movie.
Yes.
It holds up really well, and I realized that I watched that movie a lot growing up, where I know every line, I know everything, and I said it in my review, but I genuinely, when I was in middle school, had this daydream fantasy about performing his dance at like a talent
Yeah.
show.
I remember
Um,
was it you that memorized the entire dance, or was that Mark? That was one
That
of you guys.
I think that was probably me, was
Yeah.
it?
I don't remember.
yes. You memorized the entirety of his dance though. I remember that.
And I never would have actually done it because that sounds terrifying, but I had this fantasy about doing it and then everyone clapping.
Yes.
Matt, did you know
Yeah.
that Luke had never seen the end credit scene his entire
Wait.
life until we were in a hotel room?
Really?
End credits.
There's an end credit scene?
And it is- It's
It-
amazing.
It is
They
like
spent a lot of time and money on it. Like it's like a
It's
full
incredible.
Scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had
I-
never seen it his whole life till we were in
it
a
was
hotel room.
So good.
was like-
Margaret.
Luke, wait, you've never seen this? And he was like, what are you talking about?
Ah,
Mark,
man.
have you
Mark.
seen it?
I have not. But also,
You
I will watch that because I didn't know about that. Also, was the dance the one that Angel and I learned to do in like our classroom talent show? Because we learned a full. No, that was Thriller. Never
Was
mind.
that who?
Ah,
Well, was somebody trying to
That's
learn the evolution of dance video, or was that
Oh,
just something we
God.
watched?
I think that was just the
Yeah,
internet.
I don't know
This
Yeah.
is
about
the
Then I
second
think-
time Luke has mentioned it in a
So,
week.
I think I'm combining the two because I know one of you guys did memorize Napoleon Dynamite.
That was probably me. That sounds like me.
That sounds like Matt.
Luke, are you thinking of Ed Helms in The Office when he started to do the evolution of dance?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
We're blurring the lines. of
I
reality.
was combining it because of Napoleon
Matt,
Dynamite,
you
but
really
yes, they
deduced
was
it.
something.
Um,
What the heck?
Okay. And then Saturday, I watched Point Break, which
Yes.
we will talk about, but I wanted to watch it as soon as possible. And then Katie and I rewatched It Follows, which I still think you guys should watch.
I know.
It
know.
is on some streaming service.
So,
I think it's on Hulu.
Hulu, yeah. And then we watched yesterday Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. Because Katie has she had originally only seen the fifth one, and so then we watched the first one like a year or two ago, and so we watched the second one.
How was
She likes the second one more. I like the first one more. Second one's fun. Davy Jones's CGI
it? Hold up.
is better than a lot of CGI
Yes,
today. I don't know
they
how.
really tried. Well, it's.
They
I
went
think it's
off.
just they actually put a lot of time
They
and
gave
effort
it
into
effort.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Bill Nighy plays Davy Jones. He's
Oh, he does? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he's Sean's stepdad in Shaun of the
Yeah.
Dead. Oh my god, he is like putting everything into this performance. He is going off.
I need to rewatch because I can only remember like scenes and bits and pieces of number one, and then I
Yeah.
remember the waterfall in
That's
At World's
three.
End.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
I've,
all I remember.
I've never seen a Pirates movie.
Oh, really?
I think Kelly, I think you would
Really?
love the first one.
I
Wow.
think so too.
I have no
think
idea how
I
you would
was
feel about
too
it.
young when it came out.
I just
But
love.
it is a movie like I should have watched.
Yes, you
I
would
know
like.
that.
Negative
I
two,
think-
right.
I also just
think
love
you'll
the
like
fact that it was based off the ride that already
Right?
existed, and then they made
Yeah.
three
That's
movies that were
crazy.
solid. Like Haunted Mansion did the same
agree.
thing, and Haunted Mansion is also the original one,
What?
solid, for sure.
Solid.
But like Pirates
Hold
was
on,
like a whole
Haunted
ass franchise.
Mansion?
It was already a thing.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion. The movie is based off the ride
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion.
Mhm.
Yes.
They changed it
That's
after the
crazy.
movie. Same with Pirates. They put like Johnny Depp's character in it after the
Oh,
fact.
Yeah.
And
I see.
same with
Okay, that makes-
Haunted Mansion, but they were already a thing.
Yeah.
I think there's
Um,
one other ride, but I'll think
Jungle
of it later.
Cruise.
Jungle. Well, that one just had a movie like last year. Yes.
Indiana Jones. No, I will say the second movie I think had more references to the ride. Like when they go to Tortuga, it's literally like people running in a circle the same way that they do when you see them running in a circle on the ride.
And there's
And when-
a human skeleton in one of the scenes.
There's a
real
what?
life didn't okay? I'm the only one who grew up hearing that everywhere.
A
Wait,
human
you mean in the
skeleton.
ride?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was one
Yeah.
human skeleton
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
There was
I always
also
remember-
a Small World. They said that there was like
There's somebody dead.
someone
yeah.
in the rafters or something. That was also the rumor.
That was also a Wizard of Oz thing.
Well, it
People
was
just
of
like
Oz,
to
but it
do-
was actually
Oh,
just a
yeah,
crow.
the-
Yeah. Or crane.
I will say that after watching a Dateline, we watched a Dateline once where like there was just like a human remain, like a skull found, and it turned out to be like malpractice with like the illegal selling of body parts. And I could believe that somebody would put that in there because it seems like very unregulated.
I'm not
Mhm.
saying that it's not true.
Yeah.
I'm just
Um,
saying.
But yes, I realized I knew when I was growing up and I watched the second movie, a lot of the plot was way over my head. I didn't know what was going on. They talked a lot about the
Yep.
East India Trading Company. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's much easier to understand as I'm older and with subtitles because sometimes when
Yeah.
Jack says stuff, I'm like, what in the hell
Yeah,
are you talking about?
I caught like I think 30%. As a
I think
kid.
that's why
yeah.
we liked Curse more too. Well,
Yeah.
2 is also like a lot of setup that I remember. I remember it standing on its own when I rewatched it, but I remember as a kid loving 3 because 3 is like bananas. I rewatched it, and you got to tell me when you rewatch it because I was like, that movie was like 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it felt rushed because there's so much shit is happening. Like it's just like so much is happening at once. So you have to tell me if
What
it
is
holds
the
up. That was
first movie.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
That movie came out 2 years before I was born.
Yeah, you were -2, correct.
Yeah, that's
There was-
crazy.
At one time, At World's End was the most expensive movie ever made.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it was that, which is crazy because they clearly made them back to back, right? They end the second movie on a cliffhanger, and the next movie came out the next year. So
Very
it's like,
Desolation of Smog. Am I right?
yeah, very.
we
very.
gotta rewatch, Luke.
I know. I know.
We're probably gonna watch At World's End tomorrow, so I'll let you know
Nice.
next podcast if
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that. Wait, music update, because I always listen to a lot of different music and I never include that. But Kelly, I like when you do. I started listening to some Talking Heads because I've never really given them a
Oh,
fair
yeah.
shake. They have the funniest album name I think
Yep.
I've ever heard.
Okay.
It's called More Songs About Buildings and Food, and
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really funny.
David
thought-
Byrne is
Yes,
such a
it's
character.
the David Byrne big suit and Nathan Fielder big suit.
The
If you
Stop
want a
Making
big suit.
Sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Realized when I was rewatching Stephen Banks' Home Entertainment Center, that he has a poster of Stop Making Sense, and I was
That
like,
makes
I
sense.
never knew what that was when I was a kid, but I was like, this guy gets it. Anyway, that's
Are
it
you
for me.
enjoying?
Yes, I was. Some of the songs, I'm like,
Yeah.
even if I didn't like it enough to download, I appreciated what it was because the lyricism is very singular, very unique. He's telling a story just about a thing that happened to him.
More buildings and food. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, is it popcorn time? Popcorn to Mark.
Okay. So movies. Did I watch any movies actually? I feel like I went to go see Snow White.
Oh,
We may Belen, Trinity, and I may do a podcast episode because that was originally Belen's idea was to go watch it and
nice.
asked if we could do a podcast episode on it. I was like, of course.
Nice.
She hasn't said anything about it since, so I don't know. I will give really vague thoughts. It's not as bad as people say it is, and the reasons it is bad are not the reasons that people are actually saying it's bad, in my opinion. I have very different problems with it, but I still kind of think it's a mess. I do actually like the music in it. I have listened to multiple songs after the fact because I also really like Rachel Ziegler's voice. So that's the only movie I've watched. Or we also watched Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
Yeah, we did.
Musical. It's good. It's good.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Matt, you're going to eventually have to start watching some of these musicals. Specifically
know.
Trail to Oregon.
I
don't
kind of
know.
want to watch it.
But we
with
gotta be
you.
with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows, Community. We just watched History 101, so we're in season 4.
History 101 is that's episode 1.
Yeah, it definitely feels off. I mean, I've seen it many times, the whole show, but like I think this season specifically puts the Dean in one category of like what he does. But I don't know. And they undo that in 5 and really make it more complex again, but immediately you could tell they were doing the Hunger Deans, but like didn't show any of it, and it's just a
that's
weird.
right.
Yeah, it's just weird, but it's okay. Caught up on what was it? Last of Us. I'm caught up. I have so many thoughts. I'll wait till Matt finishes the season so we can talk about it more too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but they're doing stuff that the game does and other stuff it doesn't, but for good reason for TV. Just because the game was told very linearly, intentionally, of like after the thing happens, you just go because it's a video game. So it's like you have to take a break. You have to like slow down. So
Yeah. Kind of have to process
yes,
a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, they're definitely changing stuff, but I think it's great for TV. I like it both ways. And then what else? Caught up on rehearsal. Caught up on all the normal
Oh,
ones.
I forgot to mention I'm caught up on rehearsal.
Episode is
oh,
really
no.
good.
No,
Episode
you
2
did
is good.
Episode 2 might be one of my favorites of the entire shows thus far, if not
It's
my
my favorite. It's my
Mm.
favorite. Yeah. Yes, I really liked that one.
It was so good.
I'm almost done with episode 4 of season 2 of Yellow Jackets, so almost halfway
Ah.
through that season. I like season 2 significantly more than 1, even though I liked 1. I just think 2 is better. I think it's just better made, even though like only a few like crazy things happen. I just think it's like better produced, to be honest, and better writing, better
think
character moments.
They found their footing within the story they were telling.
Yeah.
It's better storytelling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Storytelling? Yeah.
Ah.
You got it, Luke.
that's good.
Luke and I finished Daredevil Born Again.
And do you feel born again? Oh.
That show
There's
sucks.
backstory. It was bad. It was not good. I really didn't like it. But Mark has got backstory.
I have
We learned
backstory.
from
I have
Cosmonaut.
backstory. Cosmonaut Marcus taught me. So this is
Ah,
all from
yes.
his video.
He said his full legal name.
Cosmonaut
Government
Marcus.
name.
Yeah,
His
Cosmonaut.
So
government
I might
name.
give a very abridged version. The show feels really weird because it starts off like with potential, even though we didn't like some decisions made. It starts off with like potential, and then the last 2 episodes are like feel better again. And I told Luke after watching the last episode, which is episode 9, that felt like a good episode 2 of the show. Like it's just
Yeah.
now starting, and
Yeah.
apparently a full season was filmed. And it was bad, and every actor in it knew it was bad. And so they hired new showrunners that redid episode 1, and then they did episodes 8 and 9. So the cinematography is different. It's just better. They undo they don't undo, but they like bring different characters like back that were like
What
not
the
in
heck?
and that you can tell 2 through 7 are like bad. Even there's one episode that I liked in it, but it was just like I liked it because it was different of what else was happening. But I'm like, I'm very in support of them changing it because the 3 episodes that the new showrunners did were by far the best episodes of it, which is really bad. It makes the show just kind of a disaster. But apparently they're keeping those showrunners going forward, so I actually think it might have some potential because
Huh.
apparently everyone just knew the whole season was bad. That's why they redid 1 as well.
That's
That's
how
what I-
Mac got fat a whole
Yes.
season.
Yeah, apparently.
They chopped and sliced it together.
How Matt got fat is pure gold.
Is a
whereas
is a gold. Yeah,
Born
is
Again,
a
yeah.
masterpiece.
But it's like Matt in the show is not like acting always like Matt, or like he is, but like
Yeah.
he's not talking
Yeah.
about certain
But
stuff that's
Matt
happening.
has always flown through the air with CGI.
Oh,
That's
wait.
not new
That
to the
happens
show at
in
all.
their episodes, so
Yeah, no,
I mean,
it
that's not
actually
even.
happens- It happened the most in theirs. but
Yes.
it's fine.
It's a disaster of a show, to be honest. I liked episode 9, but again, it was not a finale of a show. It was a setup for a show. So it was like, what the fuck? We just watched the whole season for what? Like, you'll see too, the ratings start off really high up after episode 1, and it's just like continuously gone down. And then it's like kind of mellowed after the last episode because people like the last 2, but like, yeah, the season's a disaster, to be honest.
That's
People actually do
disappointing.
seem to like it though. Every episode's in the 8s.
That's
which
interesting.
I wouldn't
That's high.
agree with,
Yeah.
but like people
That's a
seem to-
lot.
I will say
High.
before I knew about before I watched Cosmonaut show or video, I did not know about that, and already Luke and I were like, I told Luke by the end of it I did not like it. Had liked
Yeah.
it but thought it was kind of messy. I did not like it by the end, but if anything, this makes me have hope for the future. May get better.
Hopefully.
Because the last episode felt more like, not old Daredevil, but it just felt like they gave a shit more.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the one I'll talk about the most. I don't think I have other ones, honestly.
Andor.
Oh my god, I haven't talked about Andor. We watched, what, 7 episodes and I didn't say anything.
Oh shit.
We've watched 10.
10 episodes! I
We
forgot
only
there's
have
10.
2 left. of
We'll
season
watch
1.
them on Saturday. Andor is really good. I know people.
that's right.
I'm the first person to say it, but like,
Yeah, first.
I didn't know if it was good or if it was Disney Star Wars good. But it's like, no, I think it's like legitimately good. Obviously, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna be into it. If you're not, then probably not. But if you're into it, it's like, oh, they actually really care about making it. One of the episodes is some of my favorite Star Wars content since, other than Rogue One, like that they've made.
Is
like,
it at
it's
the jail?
No, it's not even that.
Oh.
That episode's really good. Those episodes
That
are
one's
good
really
too.
good.
But there's a different one where I was like, I have goosebumps, and this hasn't happened since
Oh.
Force Awakens.
Or
Rogue
it's made
One.
me excited about Star Wars again.
Yeah. Me
Oh
too.
my god, what a miracle.
But yeah, yeah.
I suggest I would recommend it for sure because I feel the same way of like I'm interested in the
Yeah.
stuff that's happening with the Death Star again. And it's like that's not even what they're
Well,
talking about. I'm just
it-
interested again.
They do really cool, like, you see from a point of view of a senator too, that like
Mm.
I also forgot like that Palpatine didn't just like destroy everything, but that he like manipulated everybody into thinking that everybody else was the danger, not him. So it's like a senator trying to like
That sounds familiar.
yes, yes, Matt.
Hmm.
Yes. Very. Anyway, it's really cool to see it from her perspective because she's trying
Yeah.
to do the right thing, but it's there's also a officer in the Empire that isn't like high up ranked but like lower, and it's just really interesting to see it from like not the Emperor's point of view.
Yes.
The ground
Or-
troops.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, totally.
And that's what Rogue One was always good with that movie, and that's how the whole show is like these people
Nice.
are like don't have stakes of like I'm the last Jedi, I need to make this work. They just like are good people trying their best of like with all odds against them. So
Right.
yeah, very good.
Cool.
Other than that, I've read a few more pages. I've been having a lot of trouble reading recently.
Yeah.
And then music, just some of the Snow White songs.
Yes.
The guy who didn't like musicals, I've been listening to that album, and this thing called Trail to Oregon. It's just kind of always playing when I start playing my playlist. I don't really know why. So I'm a
We
popcorn
did it.
to Kelly.
We did it. We made him love
Okay.
Trail Oregon.
Of course I would, Luke. It's Jeff. It's just Jeff.
It is. We have to watch the Potters before, so it took some time. Like I think
Yeah,
you need to go in that order. So it was like
you,
we
you
finally
got your
to it.
taste. Get
Yes.
in my mouth is the standout of
Yeah.
senior year.
Yes.
So
Well,
you-
that was
your
my
taste is
introduction to Jeff Blim because I hadn't seen Holy Musical Batman, and so get in my mouth immediately to Trail to Oregon, which is his child of a
Magnum
play.
opus.
Yeah, his maybe because it's
Well,
it took him years to like write it and like revising it, and it's the best. I love it so much. Sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
okay. I just want to say in Nerdy Prudes Must Die,
Mhm.
Angela Giratana is giving a performance of a lifetime.
She's
Maybe the
incredible.
best performance I've ever seen in my life.
Incredible.
Oh wow.
It's insanity.
Her and then
Um,
Lauren Lopez playing Draco are like those are two of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. Specifically in the first one when she's rolling on the ground the most.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Nerdy Prudes Must Die was really good. Luke and I watched Conclave, which I
Oh.
hadn't seen before. Levels of girlhoodism that haven't been reached since Roman Roy. It really understood what it was like to be in a girl group in different girl cliques in high school.
Yeah.
That is the only movie that gets it. It was a
Mhm.
better Mean Girls adaptation than the new Mean Girls.
Stanley Tucci hasn't been that bitchy since
Also-
Devil Wears Prada.
And it was incredible.
Or when he was
The
Merlin.
perfect movie for me.
I was about to say,
Who
forgot about Transformers.
love a perfect movie for me who love itchy old men.
Yeah.
Also just really, really incredible movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
You guys weren't kidding about the score.
Oh.
Like that and Challengers are just like
Oh.
of because those were both 2024. How a soundtrack can or a score can just really make a movie.
Yeah.
They just are having on the outside what would be perfectly normal interactions, and then the score's going insane. Where I'm like, why I feel like I'm about to throw up. And you know, Matt, you said this when you watched it, but I wasn't expecting it to make me feel good by the end, but I felt really good by. And the last shot, Luke and I were talking about this. The last shot is just so perfect for this movie because you don't hear any other nun except for Agnes speak throughout that entire movie. So and they have to be whatever her killer ass line was about. They're expected to be invisible, but God gave them eyes and ears. And so the nuns just laughing at the end of the movie and the door closing and that being the last shot as they're walking out. So good. Also, Tedesco hitting his vape right after Tremblay got ruined was crazy. And if you needed more evidence why it's exactly what being like a girl in high school is all about.
So what are the implications of the turtle? That's what I want to know.
So good.
Yeah.
I have I have a theory, but it would spoil the whole movie.
Yeah.
Those are my best friends. Anyway. Benitez and Lauren and Blaney, those are my boys. They're my best friends.
Yes, they're the
I love
besties.
them,
Yes.
and I would do anything for them. Okay. What else? What the fuck else have I been doing? Okay.
The Hunger Games.
No.
But we watched it.
I haven't started.
That was spot
but
on.
we did watch it. Sorry.
Yes, and thank you.
We did watch it. I have not. I thought you were talking about the books. I have not
And you read
started
it.
Catching Fairy yet.
You did read the whole first one, though.
I said that last week.
You did say that last time. Yeah, the book.
But
Sorry.
Luke and I watched the movie, which
And
is a good movie.
Okay.
Good movie. Okay.
I remember a lot of shakiness in the camera.
Yes, which works in its favor. It is really you know, I don't like book fans a lot of the time because I think they're fucking annoying in every aspect. But
However,
it is hard. When I do it, it's okay. And I do think that they're good movies and they're good adaptations, but it is hard when you just come off of the book and then everything happens so quickly, and that's a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn. But then they split up Mockingjay and they fucked it. So I don't know what I want.
I don't know what they were doing.
But good movie. Okay, show that is usually not my cup of tea, but I am, you know, I do succumb to peer pressure. The Pit, I watched all of.
Really?
And I'm not a medical drama person.
No.
But holy shit, did they devour?
Holy Pit.
Holy Pit.
Yeah.
I watched all of that show, and that's 15 hours worth. And I was in it, and I would want to watch it again. It was really good.
I've heard it compared.
They did that thing.
I've heard it compared to ER. They're like, it's much more ER than like Grey's Anatomy. Yeah.
The main actor was also in ER.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And he's really fucking good. And everyone's really good, and I like that it's a lot of faces I haven't seen before, except for Fiona Dourif, who I'm in love with.
What? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I did not know she was in that.
Yes.
That's
crazy.
My
fave character actors are in this show, and I love it. I'm her, she's me. I related far too much to her character.
Oh no.
It was like, you ever see characters and you're like, shit, why would I make every decision that you're making?
Yeah.
This isn't supposed to be like this. But it takes, the entire season takes place all in real time.
Oh shit.
and they
Like 24.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh. Nice
Yeah,
24 call
Um,
out.
And I don't even know why I started watching it. It wasn't even peer pressure because there's nobody in my life who's watched it. I must have seen an edit. Like that's
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of. And then I watched it and I was like, damn, it got me. Is there anything else? I don't think so, Luke.
Yeah, no, you saw On Swift Horses.
I did see On Swift Horses, which was good. I have
that
trouble
an old one?
focusing when it's a new one.
Oh.
I have trouble focusing when Diego Calva's on screen. My brain goes
Mhm.
blank for like 30 minutes afterwards. Uh,
Understandable.
he's just too sexy. It was good. I think that's it. Luke.
I finished Notes on an Execution
Oh.
by Danya Kukafka, and that is one of my top books ever. She's one of my favorite authors, and that book is very, very, very good. I highly recommend just reading her. It's very good. And then now I'm starting The Magus, which is the book that is
it
in
the-
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it the
That-
Magus or the Magus?
I don't know.
Okay.
it's spelled Magus, so I guess it could.
It means magician, right?
I assume.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
assume because
sorry,
it's like
Luke.
a trickster, whatever. It's what's interesting is there are themes that are in Yellow Jackets because
Of course.
fiction, reality, visions. I think I haven't gotten to that point yet, but it's very good. But I wanted
It's
to read
the-
it because it's the Yellow Jackets book.
Right.
Yeah, the book was Coach
And it's
Ben
very
is
good.
reading it.
Ah.
Yellow
Yes, and
Jackets.
already there's like, oh, that was Ben's scene. Like in the first
Ah.
50 pages, there's a Ben scene in 2 where it's like, oh, okay, it's good.
That ties
It's
to the
very
meta.
good in the book. Yes, it's very good. Anyway, those are the books. And then I saw yesterday with Dylan and Austin, I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters because it was like a 20th anniversary. It's okay.
Yeah. That's correct.
Was
the
General
best-
Grievous cool?
General Grievous is always cool, but it was like I started thinking, I was like, man, like it is weird that you set up Count Dooku,
Yeah. Yes.
right,
Yes.
for the movies, but like it makes sense that Anakin kills him, right? Because then he has to become the Sith Lord. But it's also like you got rid of Dooku to just get replaced with the Grievous, who
Yes.
then dies.
With a big robot.
It honestly probably was just Dooku originally, but people didn't think he was cool enough, so they made
That
General
being
Grievous
said,
be real cool.
Grievous
Is real cool.
The fact that he has bronchitis,
And
because the actor I think had bronchitis on accident, like he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, and then they
but he
animated
wanted
that
to
way. Yeah.
record, and so yes,
But also the fact that
the,
it's like the Jedis that he's taken down, it's their lightsabers, so it's green and blue are the only ones he has, is fucking
Yes,
crazy. And he
cool.
doesn't
Like, that's
know
good.
how to use them well, other than flipping them around because he's a robot. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Crazy.
The best line of the whole thing, in my opinion, is when Padme says, "So this is how liberty dies, with terrible applause."
Yeah.
That's the only line that she cooks throughout the movie, because the rest she's just like chest to chest with Anakin, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of both of them. I don't like it. I know people always say that, but it's just, especially with her character, because in Phantom Menace and Attack the Clones, there was more. Maybe, well, Attack the Clones is still, she's like still chest to chest with Anakin, but like in Revenge of the Sith, it's always like, God. And like she makes some decisions where I'm like, there would be more complexity than that. Like she loves Anakin, but like, really?
You're so right about that.
Yeah, but that was my favorite line because like my internet is not good anymore.
You're good. You're back.
You're good.
Okay. It's been splotchy.
It's
this last
crazy
week.
because I keep not noticing that you cut out because I can hear you continue talking through the wall.
Yeah.
So it's like having a sneak peek of what you guys are about to hear.
Yeah. I liked watching it because we're watching Andor because it made me
yeah.
realize like how he did take over. Like I just I forgot that in my head. Like as a kid, it was like, oh, he killed everybody.
Right.
Okay. But like,
Yep.
'cause there's more
That's it.
complexity than that. Like they still think that he's like
The good guy.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They don't know
so
everything that they did. Like they don't know they killed the younglings. I don't think until later. Or
Yeah.
they find out.
Still crazy.
That's an
Like,
insane part. Okay.
I think before I was always like, oh, Anakin's turn to the dark side is too rushed. And I do think it is a little rushed, but I saw more of it this time. I was like, okay, I understand like why more. It's just the lines sometimes are just like I know people have said this, but they feel very stilted and weird, and it's like very direct, like, yeah, we know what you're doing. You just in the previous scene said you're gonna put the disrupt the recording. Like you don't have to say it again. Anyway,
it's like in Lethal Weapon 6, where he's like, well, we need to
Yes.
explain what we're doing because otherwise people aren't going to be confused. They're like, nobody's confused except you.
Yes.
Luke.
So, but then they have a line like the terrible applause line where it's like, oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
But then like the only a Sith deals in absolutes scene is like not good because
Luke,
that in itself is an
Luke.
absolute. So why?
Don't let Revenge of the Sith ruin your day. It's
No, I
not
know.
worth it.
No, I actually like it. It's just
Luke,
like it could have.
Was-
It could have been a lot more.
was Mustafar still cool?
Mustafar always cool.
Okay.
Always cool.
If General Grievous and Mustafar are still cool, then I'm
and,
good with
you know,
it.
Yoda fighting Palpatine
I don't know
while
about
the
that.
Senate things are getting thrown at them, that's still cool. It doesn't make sense, I think, of course, why Yoda becomes old, and it doesn't. Their ages don't make any sense.
No,
of why they become
neither
old
does
and
Obi-Wan's.
decrepit in 19 years. And like, I get why Yoda exiled himself, but I kind of don't.
Yeah.
Like,
Should have
he
explained it
been
more.
The one, like, yeah. That being said, I like the fight between them.
Yeah.
Well,
in
yeah,
the Senate
yeah.
pod. Yes. Those are my thoughts on Revenge of the Sith.
Is that 2005? That was Kelly's year, yeah.
That's 2005.
I sent that
With
movie
me?
to you.
What an honor.
Okay. Also,
Name
the
the- No, sorry.
the title crawl, is so funny because it
War,
starts.
The
It says war, and you know what?
Oh.
That's fine. Like the war, I'm like, yeah. But it goes on to say there are heroes on both sides.
Yep.
Evil is everywhere.
Yep.
What?
Mark,
That
you're gonna
really-
assign me Revenge of the Sith when Brokeback Mountain came out the same year?
I just wanted to piss you off, to be honest.
I think Kelly gets
Fine.
Revenge of the Sith.
That listen, I'm fine with that as a start. I do think I'm Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Let me
yeah,
tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay, the end. I think that's all I had to say about. I got thoughts on it.
Yeah.
More
They're
thoughts
good
than I've
thoughts.
ever had before because.
They're good thoughts.
But good memories though. Good memories. I was like, oh yes.
We used
We
to do
definitely-
that
it was-
when the lights would go out and the electricity was out. We
Yes.
would reenact Mustafar.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
yes. Okay. Point break time.
Okay.
Point
Matt,
break.
do you want to start?
I would love to give a brief synopsis of the movie.
Yeah. No, I
on
was gonna
IMDb.
From memory.
suggest
Do
I
it from memory.
go. Well, I
Better
have
from memory.
real trouble.
It's
like,
real
remembering.
boring when it's when it's just
Well,
reading a synopsis.
All right. Well, because I'm not gonna remember
But-
this movie.
Unfortunately, I don't think that there is a synopsis that says a male FBI agent goes after a male
No.
search.
Ah, dang it.
Dang
We
it.
have to add
But
that ourselves.
We
You
can
know what?
write it,
Okay,
yeah.
Here,
Hold on.
off the top of
before
the
we
dome.
Get into it,
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I need to correct something.
Okay.
Mark, I'm sorry, your lowest movie is not Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
It's Teen Wolf 2.
Oh, well, okay,
Which
yeah,
has
yeah,
an
yeah.
8%.
The fact that
Which has
that's
an
only
8%
10% lower than Inspector
And-
Gadget pisses me off.
and a 17% audience score.
oh,
17% of people are insane.
That's not
In
bad
a-
compared to what it could have been for Teen Wolf
yeah.
2.
Well, that means
And-
wasn't Inspector Gadget
Oh, are you
18
saying
audience
it-
too?
It was 18
like-
critic.
20 audience, something like that.
Yeah.
Those should...
It was no, I lied. It was 18 audience and 20 critic.
Oh, that's
So it gets
right.
1% more than Teen Wolf 2? No,
Okay,
I was saying that
which one
17%
did
of
I
people are
like better?
crazy for liking Teen Wolf 2. That's what I was saying.
Whoa, yeah, Teen Wolf 2 is a good movie, right, guys?
I'm
Didn't you
just
say
Luke.
yes?
I'm jaded because
Luke,
Inspector Gadget. I'm jaded.
Or Teen Wolf 2.
Okay, Inspector Gadget does take the cake, but
Yeah.
Teen Wolf 2 has the Send Me an Angel montage of him
That's
studying.
crazy. That was
There are
good.
good moments. Okay, Point Break time.
Okay, Point Break, off the top of the dome. An FBI agent whose government name is Johnny
Yeah.
Utah.
Dude,
Yeah, it is.
I know every porn star that existed before 1991 was pissed off that they
You're like-
didn't think of Johnny Utah before Point Break did. I know they were mad as hell. What a perfect
Okay.
name.
So Johnny Utah used to play football at Ohio State.
Yeah, he
Still
does.
confused about that.
Still confused about that. He becomes an FBI agent by the age of 25 still somehow. He gets assigned to the Los Angeles bank robbery division, which is somehow like a whole division.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
FBI.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
banks are
That's
getting
good.
robbed.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
Um,
they sure are.
he
The
gets
ex-president.
Partnered up with none other than Gary fucking
Gary
Busey.
Busey. I didn't know he was in this.
I-
He looks both young and
forgot.
old. It's very good.
He's always looked young and old. It's really
Yes.
weird to see his son Jake Busey in things now because it feels like a weird
Yeah.
clone of his dad.
It's
Um,
like how Walton Goggins looks playing Baby Billy, just old and
young and old. at the
Actually,
same
Yeah.
he just looks young
Where's
at
the
this point.
line? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
Okay.
putting makeup on. They put him in big glasses.
Big
and a wig,
glasses and
they
that's
send
it.
Him on his way.
That's it now.
Walk funny.
Okay. So, Gary Busey has this crazy theory that this group of bank robbers called the ex-presidents because they all wear masks of
Yes.
ex-presidents. Get this. He
Yes.
thinks
They were the ex-president.
they were the ex-presidents, and they did actually decent impressions of them. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
Um,
They kept
was
in
pissed.
character.
Gary Busey has
It's
this
just
insane
like-
theory
We'll get to it.
that the group is made up of surfers. Nobody
Because
takes
of
him
a tan
seriously.
line.
Except because of a bare asshole that we see in the first 5
Yes!
minutes.
Not
the
their
movie.
actual hole.
Close, very
We got
close.
close.
Bits, bits.
So basically, Johnny Utah's the only guy who believes him because he's his new partner. So he's like, "Let me go infiltrate the surfing community," and he gets hooked up with Lori Petty, who's awesome, and I haven't seen her in enough. And a group led by a guy named Bodhi. Now,
Hell
Bodhi, which I never
Yeah.
got the first time I watched this, is short for Bodhisattva, which is in Buddhism a person who is able to reach nirvana but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings. Holy shit, guys.
They
Like,
gave
that's
him.
amazing.
Dude, he's literally a cult leader in this movie.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
he is. Yes, he is.
He
Wow.
abhors violence until it suits him.
Yes.
Basically, that's how he gets into the surfing gang to try to solve who's pulling off all these things, and that's the plot.
Yes.
Thoughts?
No, that's
I
spot on.
loved it.
I loved it too. I'm glad you did.
I was saying Luke, 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes into this movie, got pissed. Actually, let's backtrack. What an opening!
What an opening.
Of just Keanu Reeves shooting shit.
Oh, that
for
was
like
good.
3
That was
minutes.
woman.
really good.
A
Very
ton
good
of a
opening.
woman.
Very
Like,
good. Very good.
Unarmed.
Yeah.
cut
Oh, I
out.
thought she was armed. I thought she was armed. I
Oh,
thought she was like.
my
She was holding a child though too as hostage.
That's how, yeah.
Just
But
holding a
I think he
child
shot through it so much,
Or-
including the child, that you couldn't tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And
that's
then
good.
he went, "You got a perfect score."
Or it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of you think of
Incredible.
Psych? Oh, it's the shirt I'm wearing, by the way. But I have sweaty armpits.
No, Luke. I thought of Monsters University
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
when the cutouts would
That's
come
good.
out in the maze. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you should think of more so in that scene than one scene of the pilot in Psych.
I don't know because they're not shooting it in Monsters University.
Okay. Perfect opening. Luke
Yes.
got pissed off like 3 minutes into the movie because we see the bank robbery scene and then we see Gary Busey be like, I think it's Keanu. Johnny goes, "Those were some good moves." Luke, I'll let you explain why you're mad, but Luke got so mad.
What
because,
moves? All they did was just play ex-presidents and then leave. They barely took any money. It doesn't. That's horrible bank robbing.
the logical
That's
answer
why
is
it's
how
good.
many banks
Yeah, I
how
know.
many banks
I
they
know.
were able to
That's why it's
rob
good.
in such little time without killing anybody. But I agree with you.
Nice moves.
I am not a crook.
What
He literally
moves?
said that, which is good. That's very
His
good. But
moves-
how is that good?
And then
It's
took
good
his
moves.
ass out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
tell
it's
me,
good.
Matt, tell me why we thought it was tattooed on. Like, no one said it out loud.
Oh no, I
We
thought it was
thought that
tattooed. Yeah.
I think it was tattooed on his ass until he pulled down his shorts later in the movie, and the thank you wasn't there. And so for a second, we're like, couldn't it be the guy?
Yeah, for a second I was like, oh, there's the guy.
Couldn't it be the guy?
It is magic marker. Okay,
We
but
got
tell
that
me,
half a second later.
do you like the walk and talk when he first gets there? The walk and talk of all
Yes,
the
that was good.
cliches of heist movies of being like,
That was
"You
really
ain't
good.
shit, buddy." That's crazy.
And then
Well-
he tells him to his face. We're 5 minutes into the movie. He's young, dumb, and full of
Well,
cum.
yeah,
Oh,
he
Word
yeah,
does.
that
for
was big.
word, he tells him that.
I like
This is a very homoerotic
Look
movie.
that man in the eye.
Yeah.
But the shot of them walking, that's one shot,
good.
is really good. I
It's
really
really
liked
good.
that. Yes.
It has like a perfect like it's shot incredibly well and the dialogue is so over the top like
Yeah.
in every trope that I'm just like holy shit man this is crazy.
Yeah.
And
It
then
had to be done.
the you know the classic like Gary Busey doesn't know he's talking to his partner and he's like
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
that's good stuff. Gary Busey also definitely wasn't supposed to jump off the diving board the way he did.
That was
Gary
also
Busey's
good.
just the way he is. Yep. Mark, I want to hear your thoughts.
I really liked Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fast and the Furious, that's gotta be like
It's the exact same movie.
on IMDb, it's gotta be like inspired, like remake of Point Break.
I'm surprised they didn't get sued, Luke. It's
Yeah.
that close.
Credit, yeah.
I really like this movie. I didn't love it, but I really liked it. I would watch it again. It wasn't like my favorite '90s action movie, but I love how
I
Nothing
Goof.
can be Speed.
Yeah.
I just should
But
have
it did
watched
get
Speed.
close.
Nothing's ever gonna beat it.
Yeah. We should have watched Point Break and then Speed,
That's
and
what
then
it
just keep
was.
going up and up.
Yeah.
I think this movie's fun. I think it gets kind of. I don't know if I'm confused. It's not confusing, but like it switches to skydiving for like,
Yes.
and then it switches back to surfing just for the
mean.
very end, which is like makes it kind of like camp
Yeah.
and fun. But like, I almost wish there was more surfing that was more camp or it was more serious. Like in some ways, I thought it was like, I wish it went one way or the other, and it was kind of a mix of like camp and not. And I like the skydiving scenes. Let me say, I liked that. It was just kind of like, why are we doing this instead of surfing? And the skydiving scenes were
I-
long.
Mark, I have a note that says had less to do with the surfing than it should have.
Yes,
And the
Yeah.
surfing
yeah,
movie
and
should have.
Yes.
like it was goofy, but like they were taking themselves seriously, and I like that. But then they like forgot about surfing for 45 minutes in this movie, and then they brought it back only for the very end, not like the climax, like basically the epilogue. They brought back surfing.
Yeah.
So like there's stuff
But-
like that.
I think that's incredibly camp though, like you were saying.
Yeah,
think
I
this
almost
whole
wish
movie
like,
is so camp.
but like imagine he has to go chase him on a wave to catch him at the very end.
Okay.
That's what I thought this
That-
was.
Yeah.
So like there's again, this is just like what I would prefer. I did really like it. I would watch it again. It's goofy as shit. Like but it's taking itself so seriously. I can't tell if they think it's good sometimes. Like or like it's good, but
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
trying
it's
to say.
I don't think it's necessarily purposefully camp, but
I don't think it is, and that's why I think it's
Yes.
fun.
I think
So-
they think it's serious, but that's what makes it camp is that they are
Correct.
taking
Yeah.
this so seriously.
now there are parts that I legitimately am not like, oh, this is like a campy shit movie. Like there's parts that are good, and so that's where it like gets mixed for me.
Camp does not have to be bad.
No, you're
Camp,
right.
it could. I think it's just because the entire plot of the movie
Yeah.
is ridiculous that it makes the whole movie campy.
Now this is one that I would most definitely rewatch with like it's like one of those 90s ones that lives in time, and like this is one of the ones that I have not seen the remake, but it's one of the ones that like pisses me off that they remade because it's like
how you
this
doing?
is one that should never be touched. Yes, there's a remake of it.
In 2015, they remade it for some reason.
Didn't know that.
Oh, I think I was thinking of Baywatch because
movie-
they also did that.
Well, that's a different
This
story.
is a movie that could have only been made in 1994.
That's why it's like
Correct.
annoying that that
They did. Oh, I remember this poster.
and you guys know I'm like usually the remakes guy, like or sequels guy. This is one that like pisses me off.
You're like,
I'm not even like okay, maybe I'm interested to watch it, but like not in a good way. Like I'm mad that they made it.
Immediately
Yeah.
backtrack.
But okay, but then I was like, I would watch it just to see. But like they shouldn't touch it because it's like this is should only have been made in the 90s ever. Or 80s, like never past that because what the fuck is this plot in a great way.
Yeah.
The
I wanna
chemistry?
Dude, I want to put this all in perspective for us, for audiences in 1991. 2 years prior, Keanu Reeves was Theodore. He's Ted,
Ted,
and-
yeah,
and Patrick Swayze is Dalton in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yeah.
The same year, 1989, and 2 years later, you see those two worlds converge in Point
Crazy.
Break. Insanity.
Though,
Um,
okay, how about when they were in the plane? He's like, "I know you want me so bad, it's like acid in your
like
mouth."
acid in your
Come on.
mouth. Hello?
Yeah.
Come on.
Uh,
Luke got mad. This is another time Luke got mad during the movie.
I
Was
did?
because he Johnny immediately fell in love with Bodhi.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got mad
Nice.
yeah.
because you were like
Oh no.
he immediately what
No, I got mad that he fell in love
with Tyler?
with Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I was
makes
mad
more
about that.
sense.
I wanted more of the acid in the mouth scene was really good.
I thought
I was
thought
mad about
y-
the Tyler relationship, but
I
that,
thought
yeah.
you were mad that we didn't get more build up to them, but it was the woman of it all. I understand that.
Luke,
Love
what did you?
Tyler,
Okay.
not the relationship. No,
Right.
I agree with you. Because
Oh,
also,
yes.
let's talk about how unethical of a police officer
Yeah.
Johnny Utah. is.
Again,
Oh, he's
it's the
using
same.
the hell out.
Again, Fast and Furious. Brian
Yeah.
is a terrible cop.
Yeah.
Awful.
Luke,
Just terrible.
Luke, what do you think overall of the movie?
I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it. I wished more surfing, but I really liked the skydiving scenes because they were
Yeah.
real, and
They were.
that was really cool.
Great.
And apparently, I just read that Patrick Swayze, that was him because he was a
Yeah.
skydiver. I didn't
really?
know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Oh shit.
He Tom Cruised it before Tom Cruise, so that's pretty
Oh.
cool. Yeah, there are parts where, like in the middle, I was bored because it. Yeah. I mean, that always happens though.
Except for in Speed, you're
With
enthralled the
these
whole
movies.
time in Speed.
Except for Speed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Speed is.
That's
yeah.
an enigma of a movie.
yeah.
Hey.
I wanted Tyler to be bad. I wanted
Me
there to be like,
too.
oh, she's the
I wanted her to be
secret
involved.
secret sauce. Like, she's still with Bodhi, and that's the reason why everything happened so quick. Because why would you fall in love with Johnny so quick? I mean, I understand it's Keanu, but like, just because he has dead parents, you know?
Fake dead
It's
parents.
like an
How about
Anakin.
when-
It's an
okay, how
Anakin
about when
Skywalker
she-
situation.
How about when she fully
Different.
shot the pillow
Shot the
next to
pillow.
his head? That was crazy.
That was good.
That was good.
See, that was good. Yeah, but the Bodhi stuff I liked. I did,
Yeah.
and Johnny stuff. So, yeah,
Uh,
and
Okay, how
Gary
about the
Busey.
chase scene?
Luke,
How
I
about
want
the
you
big
to
chase scene?
imagine an alternate universe where this franchise becomes Fast and Furious and has
No. This
And-
is perfect on its own.
no
That's true,
it's
that's
just
true.
like imagine the surfing
Yeah.
becomes a bigger thing and it becomes what the Fast and Furious franchise becomes at Fast X.
Yeah,
Now, do I want that? No, I said I didn't want anything else to make this movie, but we would watch the shit out of it.
Imagine a
Matt.
movie called 2.2 Break.
yeah.
Oh, dude, we should write it.
I also
Why
in
do
the
I
middle
feel
of-
like that exists?
in the middle of this movie, I had to Google what a point break was because I didn't
don't even
understand.
know.
Well,
It's a
I was just
surfing
like, it has
term.
something to do with surfing.
It's like
That's
the
all.
point that the surf breaks over like the shore. It's called the point break or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Matt, did the volleyball scene, I mean, the football scene, of course,
Football scene.
like, reminded me of Top
Oh.
Gun, right? But Lost Boys, the
His crop
Tribe.
top.
Oh my god.
That's the most accurate thing you had.
I don't remember a single thing from that movie, but I believe you.
Yeah.
The thing about that football scene that I thought was hilarious, and the first time I watched really threw me for a loop, was that Bodhi immediately was like recognized him
Yeah.
from Ohio State. I was
Okay.
like, what?
That's all three of us very outwardly confused during
Like,
the movie.
what?
Because we were like, oh, he's lying to protect him already. And then it kept going and we were like, I don't
Oh,
think
he
he's
did play
lying.
at
I think
Ohio
that's why
State.
I was
Yeah.
so confused by his name because I was like, did he give him somebody else's name of a football? Why would he give him his real name if he's undercover? So
So-
that's why I was so confused.
That was
Yeah.
a review on Letterboxd. They were like, Johnny Utah is the most fake like alias name I've ever heard. If you're going undercover, you gotta give yourself a more normal name. What is
Like,
that?
Johnny Utah.
Like, of course that you would recognize that.
Also,
think
he went
I-
undercover with his real name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sure did.
That's what confused me, and that's why I thought it wasn't his real name. Oh God, it broke my
Is he
brain.
named Johnny Utah because of John Denver
Or Joe Montana.
Well,
I'm
or
wondering.
Joe Montana? There's
Yeah.
both, yeah, they
or
both
Johnny
have-
Football.
Johnny
Yeah,
Football. Is that Johnny Manziel? Is that a Johnny Manziel reference?
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow.
we forgot to. Luke and I rewatched Football Town. We forgot
Football
to do a
Town.
recap. That's the
Football
Johnny
Town.
Football that
That's
Yes.
Johnny Football.
matters.
Yes, Johnny.
Well, he's also his crop top in that scene is just perfect, and then they tackle each other in the ocean,
that
and
was
then
a
he's
hard
like,
tackle.
"Wow,
Yeah.
I'm in love with you, man." Immediately, I love it. I love them.
But I want
Um,
to hear your guys' thoughts on the chase scene and the end where he goes, ah.
Okay,
Oh,
it lived up
good.
to the
That's
Of
hype.
very good.
course,
That's-
of
that
course,
seems-
that's a
oh,
good scene.
Very yes.
That was
yes.
before
I-
that.
I actually,
Intro,
I have a
yeah.
bone to pick with Society, because
Oh.
Society, because everyone talks about him shooting up in the air. They don't talk about what led up to it that makes it so much
No.
better.
Yeah,
Right.
that,
He gets
that,
a whole dog thrown at him. and then
That
he
was
gets
crazy.
it away.
even before the
and then,
dog.
And then he can't, but he just loves him too much that he has to start shooting up in the
Yeah.
air, guys.
The
But
close
he
up
stops on the fence.
on-
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze's expressive blue eyes with like the facade
Yeah.
of the mask.
scary.
Even
Yeah,
before the
very
dog
good.
and the shooting, it was legitimately one of the better chase scenes. Only ones I can
Yes.
think that live up to it, like on foot chase scenes, are Born
I Know What You Did
Ultimatum
Last Summer.
I was gonna say
and
Born Ultimatum, yeah.
Born Ultimatum and Fast Five. And but like legitimately,
There it is,
like
there it
actually running through people's houses, like you could tell they just like those were legit houses they just paid people to run through. Like
Yeah.
and instead
was
of like a
crazy.
set, and you can feel like it just feels so much more real because you could just tell.
Catherine Bigelow had some
Oh.
insane shots in this.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yes.
was pointing again. I need to give someone else credit. They pointed out them specifically, but like when Johnny's buying hot dogs and he's just oblivious, and you can see the car pull up behind him, and all the ex-presidents run out. The framing
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
shot and
it's
everything
so
is
funny.
crazy. And when he's laying in bed with Tyler, and it's like the overhead shot.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's a good shot.
Yeah. it's-
Something
yeah.
that made me kind of mad with this movie was the stakeout scene where he went to
Yeah.
go get the food and then Gary Busey
Yeah.
just wasn't paying attention, and that's why the chase happened. It was like
reading Marmaduke
You know
or
what?
some shit.
I was
Yeah.
kind of just confused on why they wrote it the way of like they just weren't paying attention, and that's why they got the money, and that's why the chase
Gary
scene
Busey was
even
in a whole
happened.
nother world this
Yes,
entire movie.
for
He
sure.
was having the time of his life in that car.
And it's all
For
worth
no
it.
reason.
It's all worth it because the chase scene was incredible and had a great ending. But like the reason they got there was he was begging him for two of whatever it was that he
A
wanted.
meatball sub
Meatball sub sandwich
yeah.
at 10:30 in the
was
morning.
legitimately
And then like if he's gonna
begging
go
is
do
the
that,
right word.
then pay
That's
attention,
good.
Gary
That's
Busey.
really
Like what the fuck? You're on a
Gary Busey-
stakeout.
He's gonna die of heart disease in like 2 years if he keeps eating like that. He said he should have gotten a third. No, you shouldn't have.
That just kind of made me
Yeah.
angry because I was like, just for like
Yeah.
5 minutes while he gets the food, pay attention.
Yeah, right.
All you have to do is look to see if there's a car there, which it was right out in front. It wasn't like they're inconspicuous about it. It was right in front of him for 5
Right
minutes.
at the front.
The fuck? God.
Well,
Sorry, that got me heated a little bit.
no, I like it. I wanted to say that Patrick Swayze, I really love Patrick Swayze and I really admire him as a performer, and he did not have to give such a good performance in this movie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like the what he did with Bodhi was crazy, and this is like the crazy bank robbing homoerotic surfing movie, and he's over here out acting like half of the modern
Yeah.
actors today.
Like, you could have phoned it in and done like a Con Air
Absolutely.
type thing where it's
And
like we're gonna
instead
get
I'm
as
like, I
crazy.
get
Yeah.
him. Instead I'm
It's
like, I joined the cult.
Yeah, you're right. It's like he's so charismatic. He was so well cast to be like a cult leader. It's like, yeah, I would
Yes.
follow you to the end of the year,
Okay.
dude.
Because
I have
and I
another
think-
gripe. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Go on. Just the whole like, what do you mean that you're doing this to stick it to the system? You barely steal anything. Nobody knows who you are besides the bank robbing team.
That's a good point.
Nobody
He's misled,
cares.
Luke. He doesn't.
Well, It's a good point because even earlier in the movie, the FBI agents are like, they're robbing it to have money to like, go travel down the coast. That is the point. The point is not to stick it to the man. The point is to have
No.
money so they can live the lives they want. They should just say that.
Okay, question:
guess
If
I
they're
like that is,
only if they're only
their
robbing
character.
very small amounts of money, does the FBI put one of their veteran people on this case? Like, it's not
Maybe because
actually
they
bank
hit-
robbery.
Well, they hit 27.
Okay,
in a period
you're
of
right,
3
you're
and
right.
years.
it's armed.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is his armed.
It's
You're okay.
armed.
Okay, you're right.
So it's,
But, I
it's
mean-
small, yeah, it's small each time, but it adds up over time.
Yeah,
so
and
maybe
if
that's
they're
why.
pointing guns, you're right.
Holding anybody, at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I
You're
guess
right.
it
I
is
forgot
like-
that they
because
were until they started shooting at the end.
Yeah.
It shows
crazy.
Bodhi's selfishness because he does say that that's his ideal, but really he's just
And-
wants his own freedom. My
I-
screen just went black. I can't see anything, so I'm gonna
Oh, no.
stare straight
We can
ahead
see you.
and like,
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
just stare at nothing.
You know, Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
in the last bank robbery, I was wondering if Bodhi kind of wanted to get caught because he made a big point about not taking the safe. And it's like,
Yeah.
I know this is supposed to be your last one, but it almost feels like you're trying, like you're playing with fire, dude. Why would you?
Bringing a cop into the situation also,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's definitely I really like the cult turn that the movie took because I was
Yeah.
not expecting it. I thought it was, some dude bros who wanted to flash people with their asses and rob.
Well, that
Oh,
too.
that's Fast
so
and the
making
Furious.
Yeah, that's another one.
so taking the turn of it's like he's a cult leader was really interesting to me. And now they're jumping out of a plane. Holy shit, we haven't even talked about Johnny Utah screaming fuck it and jumping out of an airplane without a parachute.
No parachute.
Yeah, that was
No
good. That was
parachute,
really
and then he
good.
tackled him. Okay, this is the gayest shit I've ever seen. Where he's holding on to the way that they're together, and he's holding on to him, and one of them has to pull the parachute.
He's like, you gotta drop the
was
gun,
crazy.
or it's like, I'm gonna let us die. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
they would have died anyway. They pulled the parachute way too
Oh,
late.
yeah.
They pulled
Oh,
the
their
parachute
legs
and
would
then
be
they-
snapped at the very
Their legs are
least. Yeah.
broken.
Something I really
I mean-
liked with oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
I was just gonna say Johnny kind of did re-snap his leg there.
Oh yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that
But
Bodhi
anyways.
was like obviously like kind of all over the place because he was like, oh, we only rob it the essentials, and then he told them to do the safe, and then he was like, oh, I only kidnapped Tyler, so this would happen, and then he does it, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna release her, and then he does eventually, but like he's obviously
He's
just
erratic.
like doing whatever is best for him and not actually sticking to his word and like being that cult leader, but also like not actually living up to the word that he preaches. It's just like actually whatever he wants to do. But I liked that he was like just making shit up.
Yeah.
Well, I also like his tactics for things are a lot more complex than you would have thought. Like the movie like this would do. Like when he's like, I know what we need to do. When they found out Johnny was, FBI, he says, I know what we need to do. And then it cuts to the silhouette of the gun. And you're supposed to think it's like him
Like
or one of his guys.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, like Nosferatu. Yes, exactly. And then, but his actual plan is to lure him in with the skydiving and make him feel like part of the team. So then he could be like, hey, I'm going to psychologically fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I thought Tyler was like
yeah.
I
more in on it, right?
wish she was. That would have been
Oh,
so neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they only have her in there, Luke, so it wasn't like
was just
explicitly
for
gay.
him.
Yeah, it wasn't
It was just for
explicitly
him.
gay, and then
Red
like you
hair.
could be like, oh, it's not
No,
actually
at
gay.
least she was. At least, but she was
liked
too
her,
good
though.
for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
she
sure.
was too. She was so cool. I was gonna say, at least she was cool and had a personality. But like,
Yes.
I just wish
It makes
she
me
had more
oh.
than just being there for Johnny.
Johnny.
It makes me mad how Fast and Furious is the exact same thing. Like it's the exact same thing. Like how is it even possible? Like how are they not sued? It's the exact same fucking movie.
I don't think people give a shit.
But it's like it's the exact same thing with Brian going undercover, falling in love with Mia, and then like Dom finds out, and he's like not like
Okay,
a
but
cult
is
leader.
there
He's
a
worse. They find him. They think he is the Messiah. Whatever.
He kind of is a cult leader, kind of.
Well,
Not
like,
in the way of Bodhi.
not the way of
I
Bodhi.
guess he isn't a cult leader. It's just
He is now, Luke. Not in the first movie. He
there
is
we go.
now.
Okay. Now.
You know
It
what
just
I
it
like?
makes me mad. It's the exact same movie.
Okay, it's not because one is surfing and one is cars.
Oh
Mark.
shit!
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't even think about.
But
the-
Does Fast and
it
Furious
doesn't
have that chase scene?
It doesn't have any
Where she loves him
skydiving.
too much that he has to
Yeah.
shoot into the air.
You
and
know
empty
what?
his clip.
The Fast and Furious took 5 movies to get a chase scene that good.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. Also, yeah, I did want more between Bodhi and Johnny before the chase. Because I kind of like the chase happened and he shot in the air and was like, that was cool, but why? Like I didn't get enough of them meshing.
The build
Yeah.
up.
All he
Yeah,
did
yeah,
was
yeah.
like tackle in the ocean and then he was like, oh, I like to surf like you
He
do. I like
saved
to
him.
feel the
He saved him from getting jumped by those 3 guys at the beach.
Luke. It's all the
That's
true.
stolen
That-
glances we didn't see.
No,
Oh,
exactly.
the
You have to
unbonding
mix this
words.
subtext.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's what's
yes.
not said that
Mhm.
says everything. in
Okay,
this.
okay. Yes.
Speaking of
yes.
him
Until
getting
he does say it.
Speaking of
Yeah.
him getting beat up at the beach, 2 people in that scene, the raid scene on the house,
Oh,
the raid, the raid when the FBI raids the house. The guy who shoots himself in the foot is Anthony Kiedis, the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, what?
Who
Whoa.
were pretty big in the early 90s, so that's kind of funny.
Wow.
And then the guy who's DEA is Tom Sizemore, who is in that
Yes,
episode of
yes.
Sunny when he's like, I
Yes,
want you
I
guys
thought
to
it
crack
was
me
him.
open like a coconut.
I thought it was
that's
him, but he was so
crazy.
young that
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
So I thought those were funny little. I was like, oh, why are you here?
There are some violent on-screen deaths in this movie.
Yes, very. The
Yeah,
the
like-
lawnmower itself was very scary. What the-
Yeah, like it was like having a silly, goofy time, and then the raid scene would happen, and someone would get shot in the head, and we were just like silent. We were just like, whoa.
The way his foot exploded when he shot it was really gross.
I liked
yeah,
it.
I liked it.
I liked it too, but it was gross.
I have a bone to pick, which isn't relevant to the
Okay.
movie, but Gary Busey's character.
Yeah.
um,
what
I
you gotta
hate.
say?
I just because he always had a fucking cigar in his mouth.
Yeah.
I hate men's obsession with cigars. They think
It's-
it's the coolest fucking thing in the world, and it
Hell yeah.
pisses me off.
What they don't know is it's a phallic symbol, and they always need it in and around their mouth.
Shit!
They just don't understand.
I've changed my mind.
Gary Busey would be
Just-
fired in 2 seconds if he was
Yeah,
really in the
It
FBI,
just
actually.
reminds me of every boy I went to high school with who's like,
Yeah.
yeah, smoking's bad for you, but if I had a cigar with my boys, and I'm like, you're 12.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally 15 years old and your voice hasn't dropped yet. Calm the fuck down.
I like cigars.
You like smoking them with your boys?
With your boys.
Only with
Boys.
Cameron. Actually, I
Smoking
don't know
with
if
other
Cameron
people.
has with me. Who was it?
What do they
It was San
taste
Diego.
like?
It was San Diego. Luke.
The one where
The,
the
no,
in the mouth?
the infamous San Diego.
What do they taste like? Do they
Um,
just taste like
I don't.
sparks
It
and
depends on what you get. There's like the wrapper on. The wrapper has like a taste, so when it, because you're not supposed to inhale it, then it's just like that flavor covers your mouth, but it's like all your gums taste like it. So it just depends on if the wrapper is a good tasting
I
wrapper. I don't know.
That is
It's
so
guys
interesting.
It's
who
very
think
strange.
that
It's-
it's
that's
the coolest thing in the world that pissed me off.
Yeah. No. I was just.
What
I
Where
was.
they think that they're hard because they.
Yeah. It's what's hilarious is that cigar clubs exist where guys just sit around and
Yeah.
smoke cigars and
Yeah, go to a
bullshit about
bathhouse for
nothing.
Christ's sake.
yeah, right. Good lord.
I
At
do not
least raise the
care.
stakes. You need to be closer to naked. Come on.
Yeah, Kelly, I do not care that you're talking shit about it. I 100% agree. I was just saying, like,
It wasn't. It's not
I
like,
like
about
cigars
you. It's
themselves.
not about
I
anyone who has smoked a cigar. It's about this specific type of a guy. that
It's
we
his
all know.
lifestyle.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mark, is Sky okay?
she's just sleepy. She heard you.
Ah.
She heard you. She does that when she's super tired and she wants to go on her back, but she doesn't put her full body. It's just her head and her arms go up.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
One more thing. When we first meet Tyler, and I really like Tyler, my first thought was, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to tell them apart.
Oh, there's the black hair.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, it's speaking of hair.
Those were
I
your
love-
thoughts? Oh wow.
Yeah. What were yours?
No, just not
Do you-
that.
Did you guys like that at the end? Keanu's hair was long, even though he was still tracking
Yeah.
down Bodhi, because
Time
the
has
surfer life is in
passed.
his bones now.
Oh,
He
yeah.
surfs every day. And
Every
still
day.
has time to track down.
Even
I
though he's
like-
tracked him across the globe.
Guys, I liked their hair when it was at the end and it was switched. And I was like,
Hell
damn, I
yeah.
like it better this way. It's like, fuck, I could have had this whole movie.
When
Well, it's because he
when
had John Wick hair. Like,
that is true.
Yeah.
I think Keanu is one of those guys that looks better with long hair for sure.
Yeah. Well, there's
I
something
think
about
he could
him in
pull
his
off
action
any
era that
haircut.
works, but yeah, I agree. I like it better, and I like Patrick Swayze was short or like, I don't know if it was short or if it was just pulled back. I
Oh.
actually like him better like that. So both of them, I was like, oh,
You're like, oh,
oh, could have
I
had
didn't
that.
realize until watching this movie how much Thief from the Righteous Gemstones is Patrick Swayze's whole vibe.
yeah.
I didn't realize until watching this movie. I was like, oh my god, I see it. My eyes have been opened.
How about when he cut off the cuffs and the guy went, "You let him go," and he's like, "No, I
Yeah.
didn't," and then he throws his badge into the ocean.
That yes.
Insanity. Like
Yeah.
that has to be like against federal law or something to throw your badge
gives
into
a
the ocean in free
Oh.
For sure.
Whatever. Oh,
He's in
they can
Australia,
pull up their
locked
pants.
on a plot.
Yeah. Or the poor badge.
But also, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna surf for like
Can
professionally?
surf. His job is surf.
But did the stuff with Bodhi convince him that he didn't want to fight crime?
He does know.
I'm overthinking it. I'm
He
overthinking
does know that he can't go back to California and surf, right? Because nobody's gonna trust him.
it. Yeah, that's
Well,
accurate.
nobody's gonna be Bodhi. Nobody's gonna be that guy
Yeah.
Right.
that he has to
Yeah.
catch. He won't live up to that
Maybe he'll
thrill
stay
anymore.
in Australia.
I get. Yeah. I just don't really understand
What do
why
you
he
mean?
gave it up. Like,
I would. I mean, because it
No,
was
no,
too
I-
much.
but,
and he
like,
couldn't
you're not-
shoot him because he loved him too much.
well, yeah, but like, You don't want to fight any other kind of crimes
No.
anymore? That's not your whole life.
about.
You're
He was very
25.
passionate
You're
about
25.
it.
You must have been very. I think you're passionate if you're
No,
25.
because he was a football player, but he had a knee injury.
Yeah.
And then
he
became the
became a cop.
youngest
Like,
FBI agent to
yes.
ever live.
No, that's in the movie. I swear to God, Mark, it's canon.
It's canon.
But that's what I
He was
just.
a football guy.
Whatever.
You guys, you know what?
Putting too
You
much
just made me
faith in
think.
police.
No,
You know what?
it's not that. I just don't think he would give it up. I understand
Speaking
giving up Bodhi. Like, that's fine. I just don't understand giving up the badge. It's like, what? What's happening?
He's sick of it. He's sick of the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
He just wants to chase Bodhi.
What? Bodhi was a part of
he
people
didn't have to
dying.
do
He
with-
should be arrested.
You didn't have to deal with
account
any
for any of his
bureaucracy.
actions.
He shot somebody.
There were no repercussions for him being involved in the bank heist and then Gary Busey punching out their
Yep.
superior.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
nothing
that was-
happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
Bo-
yeah, yeah.
he's
Actually,
definitely
I hate
not
that
employed
scene.
anymore. He's not employed.
Yeah,
Actually,
it doesn't make
well, he's
sense.
dead.
Yeah, there's that.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah,
He's
he's
dead.
dead.
What, Gary Busey's character died?
He got
Yeah,
shot.
he got
Yeah.
shot.
In
He's
when?
On the
presumed
run,
dead.
on the runway,
runway.
the shotgun in the back.
Oh, I forgot that scene happened.
Yeah, it's very much like Speed, very
It's
much.
Yeah, I was thinking
It
about
is,
that.
yeah, on the
His
runway.
partner, yeah. I actually hate the scene where Gary Busey punches his superior, not because that guy didn't deserve the punch, but because his reasoning was bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Respect your
Oh,
elders.
what did he say?
No.
Oh yeah,
No.
that was not good, but
It
that
was funny
good.
though.
It was funny.
It was
Also,
funny that
respect
that's what
your
he said. It
elders.
was like, what's he gonna say to him? And then he said that, and I was like, ew.
Respect
All
your
the other-
You're gonna
elders.
turn me
Cigar.
against you.
All the other
that was-
agents just let them go after that. They're like, okay, yeah, that's how things work. You punch out your superior, you become the superior. Also, the
That's
FBI
good.
tactics at the beginning, he was just like, okay, to infiltrate
like
it,
the
I'm just
Santa
gonna-
Claus.
he's like, I'm just gonna go out and try to surf and hope I happen upon
Yeah.
some, and he just happens upon Tyler. It's like the stroke of luck there, where she's like,
Uh.
Jesus, what, you're gonna die, dude. Stop it.
Well,
I
he
do
ha-
like that she didn't want anything to do with him at first.
No.
He's like,
Yes.
go away, you fucking loser.
but then he used her dead parents as like a
As
way
leverage.
to.
Oh yeah, that scene where he was like, dead parents. Oh,
Nice.
that was
Yeah.
crazy.
I got it. What the fuck?
I
Also,
got it.
Okay, Gary Busey got mad at him that his connection was a woman. When he was like, a woman. This is not. He was like, this isn't going well.
How about when Johnny Utah brought his surfboard into the office and thought nothing was gonna happen?
Why did he bring it
He
inside?
reprimanded.
Leave it outside.
He's like, it doesn't fit in my car.
That perfectly encapsulates this movie. He didn't have to bring that in,
No.
but it's there.
Point break.
This is a good movie, Matt. Good pick.
Yeah, good.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I will say, I liked it better on rewatch. I think once you know, like, for me at least, once you know what this movie is, going into it a second time, it's much more exciting to get to the parts you're waiting for, where you're like, hell yeah, man.
Their chemistry was genuinely insane.
It was crazy. How did they not do
Like,
more movies
whoa.
together after that?
No,
That's crazy.
seriously. It was so good. But that's what also makes this movie so special.
It's like, yeah, it's
Which
in
is
a
like-
it's lightning in a bottle with those two.
Yeah. They look so scary with those masks. Their eyes
Yeah.
look so scary.
Uncanny. You know?
Okay, here's the question. Okay, what ex-president do you wear the mask of? Whose face?
Of
You're
those four
in
that they
Bodhi's
chose?
gang.
The
No.
4 that they chose.
Every ex-president, you're newly there, or you can take over someone's mask.
William Henry Harrison.
I knew you were gonna say that one.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh,
I think that would be a
good.
fun
Alienist,
one.
yes. The alienist, yes.
Yes.
Oh
Um,
yes, Mark or Matt.
No, I'm gonna stick with Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay, I like it.
I like if it has the hat, then I gotta go with Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Kelly
The hat
would
is
go.
attached to the mask.
Yes, and
Yes.
the beard
Yes.
is like it's just like the most
Yeah.
giant mask of all time. That's what I
Hell
want.
yeah, I like it.
They have to be recognizable. What
Yeah.
were you gonna say? Luke?
And which president are you gonna pick?
Oh, who am I picking?
JFK.
Yes, I'm picking JFK.
How,
The other second option was Abraham Lincoln, but I'm picking JFK.
how hilarious would it be
And
to
I
be
wouldn't
that?
have to have a mask because I look just like
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
just, yeah,
Um,
this narrative, but I agree.
but, like,
that.
could you
I will
imagine?
play JFK in my lifetime. Yes.
Could you imagine the paper like writing that up and being like, yeah, they were all dressed as presidents. It was Lincoln, Roosevelt, Kennedy, and a fourth one.
William and
Because they don't. They're like, I don't know what that fourth one is supposed to be. Yeah,
Looks sickly.
he looks just kind of like any old guy.
Some guy. And another one. That's funny.
Is that all we got? Is that it?
That's
Anyone
all
else
I
have anything?
got. That's all I got.
Of the
I'm
ones
spent.
that they were wearing,
Mm.
who do you pick? Because we can't all. I think we're all gonna be Carter.
Well, but
Carter's
also the
lips
roles
were a
it's-
crime.
Oh, but
Did
the
you see?
rules.
the
Oh,
roles
what'd you
in said bank, like
what'd you say,
Mm.
Matt?
Oh, the lips that they put on Carter were a crime. Did you
Yeah,
see
they
the way
were
his
a
mouth
crime. I
looked?
did, yeah.
who was the fourth
okay,
president? I remember it was
there's
Reagan,
Reagan, Nixon,
Carter,
LBJ, and Carter.
Nixon. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nixon. How did I
Luke,
forget about Nixon?
you would be Nixon because you would do your
I'm
impression.
gonna cook. I'm
Yeah,
gonna cook.
there it is. There
Come
it
on,
is.
buddy.
Fuck,
We gotta go
okay.
get some money.
Fuck that guy. But I think I'm Reagan in
Yeah.
this scenario.
I
I'm
think
not
you
doing
are.
anything, but I am speaking a lot.
I'll take LBJ.
Alright, Mark,
Alright.
you get Carter. Nice. We don't have a peanut allergy.
I don't.
Thank God.
Sick.
You know, peanut butter is the only thing that cures my hiccups.
What?
What?
Really?
Cameron.
So
My bestie Cameron told me that. And he grabbed it out of the fridge, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why is your peanut butter in the fridge?" Cold peanut butter makes you like so much that it like interrupts your breathing and it stops the hiccup. It's the only thing that
Yes.
has worked for me ever. It's like I've always tried to hold my breath and then it'll stop temporarily and then it comes back and then eventually it goes away. The only thing that will like bam out of existence is peanut butter.
So it's like that
Cold.
trick that when people give their dog peanut butter and they like,
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me getting rid of my
Yeah.
hiccups.
wow, that's good to know.
Yeah,
might try
but
that
it has
next
to be
time.
cold, so put it in the fridge.
Oh. Oh, how long?
It doesn't have to
stay
be
in the
cold.
freezer.
I've done it and it without
it
being
works
cold,
better.
but Cameron said it works better cold. So,
I like it.
Point Break. I
Point Break.
wait. Who's supposed to say go first on where they put it on the tiers? I don't have it up
Matt.
again.
Luke. I thought
It's
Luke was
not
always
Luke.
supposed to go first.
Oh,
so
Oh,
he doesn't-
sorry.
It is
Yes.
Luke.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I would put it B.
And then I would put it A.
I would put it B.
You know, while watching it, I was like, it's an A movie. But now that we're talking about it, I'll put
It's
it
an
in
S movie. Yeah.
It would end up in A anyway, because I think because it's my movie, I think that
It
would be the
would've,
tiebreaker,
yeah.
right? Okay.
And then we
I'm
don't
just
have to do
waiting-
any of Kelly's because it's the first one of this.
First
right?
movie.
But you're as
It's gonna win in a lot
stay
of
in the
them.
top for a lot
Yeah.
of them. You
I-
bet your ass.
I've found that my movies that I pick tend to rank high in the gay category a lot.
They do, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, they do.
every week.
Thank you
every
for
month.
your service.
See where Sky decided
Yes.
to sit right
Oh,
in front of the screen.
Sky.
I can't see.
Oh.
What's
Hey,
up,
James.
Sky?
I'm
What
just
you
gonna
want?
stare at her.
Matt, your percentages went up.
Hell yeah. Picked a
What
good
Yeah,
is
one.
that?
you're-
What were critics and audience?
For Point Break,
Yes.
70 critic and 79 audience.
You know
That's
what?
good.
That feels right.
That's
it's
fair.
Yeah.
it's fresh by like wait, how much is
Yeah.
fresh? 60 or 70?
60 is fresh.
60.
Certified is 75 or something like that.
Okay. 70
whoa,
feels
what
right
the
though, because it's like that's kind of like a cusp
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, your scores, you're slowly becoming not the lowest of a critic score.
It's very funny that a 70 is pulling my average up. That's not a great sign.
no, it's what I want.
Yeah.
Better-
Better,
good.
best
I stand
movies.
by
Have,
it.
yes, have that score. No, your scores are really good, guys. You guys think that everything is so low. your scores are at it's a 60% critic, which is perfect if you ask me, and a
Yeah.
71 audience, which is also perfect if you ask me.
I'll make sure to pick a real stinker next time and really
Don't
drag
worry
it.
about it. I shouldn't have even told you guys about this.
I'm not even looking at the Rotten Tomatoes when I'm picking. The movie I was gonna pick probably has like a 3. Like I don't know
Holy
what it
shit.
does,
Dead
but
were
Dudes
you
in the
gonna
House
pick?
2.
you don't get to know because I still want to
We
pick it
already
at some point.
there already is a dead Tudes in the house.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there is Conclave.
Colon conclave.
Dead dude in the
Colon
house.
Conclave.
Probably our finest work we've ever written.
Honestly,
Do you know what we were gonna name it, and then they changed it? Or that's what you guys were always gonna name it, but we changed it for 2 seconds on the day, and then had to change it back.
what was it?
For a hot second, the title did read "Dead Twinks in the House Conclave."
That was you.
Is that right?
That was all. That was
Hold on,
you.
you're taking all responsibility.
Did you?
Don't put that on all of us.
Dead dudes in the house. 2 winks. Conclave in the hood. Your future looks bright, Matt.
Hell yeah.
Oh shoot.
Alright.
Okay.
So-
Guessing loose.
Luke, do you have your movie for?
I have a
next
guess.
Yeah, I have.
The one he said a couple days ago.
I have my
Um,
movie.
Rampage.
Whoa!
week? Wow.
I've changed my pick.
No!
Yeah.
Urban Cowboy.
Whoa.
What is this?
It's a
Drugstore
John
cowboy.
Travolta. It's a John Travolta movie from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've changed my
Luke.
pick.
Luke. Luke. I know this is your pick, but you're gonna have to change it. Unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
Wild Hogs we're reserving for when Cameron does it with us.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I don't have one then.
Remember, Luke, Cameron has to come over. We have to watch it multiple times
Wild
that day and then do a podcast on it.
Do you think he'll do it while he's in Europe? While he
Yeah,
watch Wild Hogs?
let's do like a Netflix watch party on it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, sorry.
Luke,
I did a watch party with RRR. That's the only
Oh,
watch
yeah.
party I've done with Dylan
Was it
and
good?
Aiden, and that was good. You guys need to
Okay,
watch
good.
RRR, but we'll have to like all do it together, so it'd be hard to pick up.
Yeah.
It's not RRR, but anyway.
Okay,
that's-
is this
um,
movie from 2006?
No.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Sorry, that's a great year. No, Matt. You guys have good ideas. I should
I have a
consult more.
question. Is it emotionally devastating?
Yeah.
Brokeback
Banshees?
Mountain.
No.
No to both of
But
them?
I
Or
should have.
neither? Same movie.
Wait, no to what? I said no to Brokeback.
Banshees.
What was the other one?
Oh no, it's not Banshees. No, not yet.
Okay, thank God. I can't do it again right now.
Banshees
Wasn't
is
mentioned this
Sharon.
I
podcast.
wrote Teen Girl.
It actually was not. It,
Oh, I was gonna guess it
intends
follows.
to be.
Snow Angel.
Why didn't I? Oh,
What?
sorry. I'm
You can
just.
change.
You can, if you want to do it follows. You can
Hey,
do.
buddy.
Matt, fuck you for mentioning Snow Angels. Now I'm not gonna
Sorry.
sleep.
What?
That's the
Luke?
one. That's the one I haven't seen.
What?
It probably should be It Follows.
You can
guys.
pick. It
Wait, no.
Follows.
Okay, hold on.
You can guess your other one, but you can choose
You can
between.
pick it another time as well.
Luke,
Ah,
do what
but
you
that
want.
would be
What do you want to watch? You can choose, but we can still pick. We can still guess what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's guess and give you time to think.
Give you time to think about it.
It's
Um,
devastating. Oh,
It's
you picked
emotionally
Terrifier 3.
Oh God.
No, it's Terrifier 2.
you would, yeah, you're right.
No.
Juno.
Good
No.
guess. Good guess. Do I own this movie like downstairs?
No.
Oh.
Have any of us seen it?
Yes.
All of us have seen it?
No.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Has anybody else seen it?
Yes.
So
Who
am I
else
the
has
only one
seen
who
it?
hasn't?
No.
Have
Okay.
I seen
I
it?
probably haven't seen it.
Say yes or no.
Have I seen it?
Which between Mark
Yes.
and I
I have seen it,
I haven't.
Yes.
Okay.
and it's emotionally devastating, and I've seen it.
Yes.
So you showed me.
No.
guys
Oh,
watch it
that's usually what
together?
happens.
Yes to Kelly.
You guys watch
Oh,
it
okay,
together.
that's
Heretic.
Yes.
Heretic.
Please stay with it because I was gonna tell you to pick.
Oh, now this is a conflict. This is a real Sophie's choice. Luke, what are
This
you
is a
gonna pick?
conclave. guys, what if they pick me for Pope?
I don't know what
So-
I'm gonna do.
Can we play Conclave?
Luke, you can choose whatever you feel with your pick. It's okay if you want to change it. It's okay if you want to stick with it.
It's just I was trying to think of movies, and like It Follows would have been perfect because that's the one I have to see
Yeah.
of Micah Monroe that I just always forget about. Hence why. But I was thinking Heretic because Mark. Well, I think it's a good time, but Mark, you might not be here this week, and we've already seen it together. Where like It Follows, I would want to watch with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of back and forth. I don't know what nights I'm gonna be here.
Yeah. Because I was also thinking of other movies, but
Dog City.
those those I would also like want to watch, like all of us. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stick with Heretic.
Nice.
Cool.
Thanks. Sorry, I got a little too animated.
No. I also think it's good because Kelly and I just finished watching Yellow Jackets, and I had
You're on a
seen
Yeah.
Sophie Thatcher
Sophie
kick.
Thatcher
Yeah.
first
Yes.
big thing in Heretic, and that's what made me love her.
And then
Oh.
companion, and then
Companion, then yeah.
Wow.
It would piss me off if you watch It Follows without me after all this time of
Yeah,
mentioning it.
I just completely forget about it. I don't know why.
Write it down
know
for
why.
next time.
Yeah, and actually, I made a note
Also-
of tonight's watch ideas because I always forget.
Was it all the guesses we had? Was Rampage on there?
Rampage was not on there, no.
Dang it.
Should have been.
But it is going to be
Geostorm.
added.
Geostorm is
Uh,
good.
Okay, great ideas, guys. These are being put.
Movie Pass 2017.
It
Crazy
follows
time.
Rampage. I did see Geostorm. You showed me Geostorm.
Oh, is it 20?
I've seen
you
Geostorm
guys-
more than once.
We watched. Matt and Mark showed me Geostorm. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's Geostorm. That's why.
That's true. Okay. Heretic on Max.
Heretic.
It's
on
Max.
Max?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good. Matt, you have not seen this?
I have not.
Okay, so only Luke and
Which is
I
why
did,
I-
and we were in
which is why
theaters. I see.
Yes. I also thought it'd be good to. So.
I was gonna say,
'Cause
I guess that you had showed me, but it makes sense we watched it together for the first time because if it's
Yeah.
emotionally devastating, I usually don't watch it myself.
Yeah.
You usually show me that stuff.
But this is one where it was like we went together.
Yeah,
Like with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Brutalist, I just went myself. But this,
Yeah.
To most of the
we went
Brutals.
to most of the Brutalist. But it's being put on Max, so I can watch the
Okay.
first 10 minutes.
Okay,
Thank God.
okay, okay.
Luke, have you watched Sing Sing yet?
No, but it's on Max.
Ooh.
That's
You
on my
kept
list.
you kept going on and on about how you wish you was
I
on
know.
the streaming service. It got put on Max a month ago.
I know.
That
But you see, I
happens so
also
often, yeah.
I saw it and that I was like, oh, but I'm not gonna pick it because that one's. I was like,
Good
it'll be
How about emotionally
Too-
devastating?
yeah.
Have you ever picked a fun movie?
Luke,
I
As
picked
in-
Secondhand Lions, and you guys.
That's
hated
fun.
Good. I liked it.
But
Luke.
I don't consider that like a fun movie.
What do you mean? That's the
it. The one
definition
about
of a fun
childhood
movie.
neglect and abandonment.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a fun movie.
I thought I picked another fun one. Psycho 2.
Yes.
Okay, it was
That's
fun.
fun.
Psycho
That's
2
fun.
is super
Psycho-
fun.
Except it
If
was
you're
like
in a bottle
it was good.
rocket, shit.
yes.
I
Rocket's
picked
still
Bottle
a fun
Rocket.
movie.
I
Right.
picked
I
Bottle
take it back. I take it back. I stand corrected.
Luke, I had to stop myself from picking Picnic at Hanging Rock, my last pick, just as a joke, as a
That's
gag.
wild. That's
I was like, I don't want to I don't know what that movie's gonna make us feel like, and I don't know.
But it would've been
if it's gonna
good.
be sad.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
good.
think
It will
Mark's
be.
gonna like it.
Okay.
It's one of those. Okay, wait. Can I end the podcast? Is there anything else for the podcast?
No,
Wait,
that's it.
tell me-
Bye.
What, Luke?
If you can hear this sound, tell me if you can hear this.
Okay, I'm
Oh my
good.
God, yeah?
Okay. Goodbye.